Hey, good morning everyone. Frank Valkyria here in Amsterdam. It's Thursday afternoon and today this is gonna be like a camera video because I just saw NAMB and the news and I'm just interested about one thing. After all, I'm a videographer. The news that got me most excited about the NAMB 2018 was and is that Blackmagic is releasing a new cinema pocket camera. And I used to own for a very short time the previous model. I must have a test footage here on this, my page somewhere through the 280 videos. I bought it together with my Sony at the time because I wanted to shoot raw HD. But at the time it was a lot of work, and because I had to grade it, I wasn't, I didn't have that experience. So I just kept it for a while and resold it very quickly. But I did like the image of the camera. I just didn't like the audio and the presence of the lack of touch screen, those details, and the battery that was basically just 15-20 minutes. So this new camera, it's bigger from what I see, so I'm just gonna put some pictures taken from the web just because I wasn't there, but I want to share my excitement. And this camera seems like everything I wanted from the previous one. Wonderful touch screen, big screen, the audio seems to be better. I'm really looking forward to see the first test when people are gonna start to play with it. All the videos that I saw, it seems apparently just, people were just allowed to fiddle with it just live there, but they couldn't record anything or take anything with them. So we have to wait to see what's going on with the image quality. And of course it's a 4/3 sensor, a little bit bigger than a normal 4/3 sensor, and is also like a little bit like the GH5S, more sensitive to low lights. So I'm really curious to that aspect. But one thing that always bothers me about those cameras, doesn't matter if it's full frame or 4/3 or whatever, or super 35mm, it's mostly the lack of global shutter. And one thing that I liked about the cinema camera, Blackmagic, the previous one, the one that, it's a little bit bulky and cumbersome, but still pretty good, was the global shutter. A friend of mine had it, and I really loved the image that even when you're moving with it, even if it's shaky, it doesn't have that kind of jello effect that I really cannot appreciate very much. And nobody talked about that, but I assume that, this 4/3 camera, it has a rolling shutter, so I hope it's not that, evident in the recording, hopefully. And for the rest, there are many of the features that you see on other cameras, but the raw recording and the 10-bit, it's very appealing, and especially the price point of $1,300, which here probably is going to be the equivalent of 1,300 euro, but still a very good price. For the moment, I'm still using my Samsung NX1. It does a very good HD, very good 4K. There is a rolling shutter, unfortunately, so in full 4K, it's always a little bit tricky to move around because you notice quite rapidly, not as bad as the Sony 6300, but still I see it and bothers me. But anyway, not a big deal, especially if you're on a tripod like now. But if you're moving around, it's this camera specifically doesn't have an excellent internal stabilization, so there is some, but I couldn't really appreciate a lot of difference. I mostly, I have it off. But anyway, look forward to see how the camera behaves like a 6400 ISO or even higher, which mostly when you put a 6400 ISO, it's really nice if you shoot in town, in a city, you manage to catch the light and the dark. So that, to me, that's always more or less the spot. Actually, already from 1600 up, you see a lot of difference if the camera has a nice sensor and there is no noise. 1600 ISO, it's pretty high at night, so you can get a lot done in that range. So I really look forward to see this camera, how it behaves. And yeah, if most of the thing they say it's true, it's gonna be pretty good camera. Pity that doesn't have, it's a beautiful screen, but for a smaller videographer, like on a budget, flip, you know, like a movable screen would have been really useful. But I saw there is also an Atomos 4-inch screen that came out, which you can record 4K RAW and everything, and it looks also very promising. That could be like a nice setup for a smaller, you know, for a smaller camera. But it would have been nice to have everything on it, so that you could have done everything on that body, especially because it has like a grip that you can, like, you know, when you take it from the front, it seems like as an ergonomic made in purpose for vlogger, which the camera has also a recording button in the front here of the camera, so that comes really in handy. But it's a pity that doesn't have a flippy screen that you can see yourself. But anyway, it's not a deal breaker for me, so mostly I'm really just looking forward to see the battery life, the heating, and most importantly the rolling shutter, and the higher ISO and the noise level. I hope perhaps there's going to be already somebody coming out sooner with some test footage from that camera. As soon as I check that and I'm convinced, that's it, black magic. But you know, let's see. I hope I hope you found this video entertaining, and let me know what you think about this camera, if you're excited as well, or if you, I don't know, prefer a different camera, or you're waiting for something else to come out. So yeah, I'm curious to know that, and this video today was about cameras. Yeah, you know, we gotta keep being trendy. So yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next video. I'm actually working on a cover. I keep you updated. Something nice.